What is going on, YouTube? It's Dolly and the beautiful PJ back in the house with me. We ain't did a live stream together talking true crime, and it's been a little bit. So today we are going to be talking true crime, a little bit of the top cases that are out there, what's going on the internet, and all those good things. It's good to see you, beautiful people, jumping in the chat. Sassy, Madonna, Sweet Sugar. Good to see all you guys. What are we talking about today? What are we gonna start off with?
Uh, Cory Bigsby.
Cory Bigsby. Okay, now some of that stuff to listen to was horrible.
I actually have his letters.
The letters, okay. We'll go over a little bit over the letters that he wrote. So when he was in court the other day, a few of the officers, guards, actually said that he had confessed that he killed Cody Bigsby and disposed of his body, and they were trying to use those letters against him in court. Now, do you believe the letters to be true?
I believe that there's a little bit of truth in every lie. I think that the fact that there were three separate letters makes it not very believable as one over the other. I think there might be.
All three of them said he tried to do CPR on Cory. I think that was consistent. Every letter, that was consistent. Two of them was he threw him in a dumpster. One was he buried him by a tree.
Yeah.
In one of the letters. So, it ain't crazy for me to think the guards have made some stuff up or said things that, maybe he didn't say.
I don't think that that's the case. I actually think that he wants to portray that he's crazy.
And he's just said a bunch of different stuff to a bunch of different people.
So that it could be relayed to the audience as, oh, he's crazy, he's right.
If he's pleading not guilty to this stuff, why would he be telling people he's done it too? And if he's saying that Cody's body is at 5, whatever the address was he gave by the tree, why ain't anybody out there digging up around that tree?
And see, you've got to think about the fact that the prosecution has had that evidence. I believe the one letter had the date at the top as August.
So maybe they have dug around that tree.
I would hope.
I mean, I'm thinking if you got a letter that says the baby is buried at this address near a tree, that they would go dig up around that tree.
I think he actually even pinpointed it was by a trash can of some sort. I have the letters. It gave an exact location as to where he claimed to have buried him, which I believe it was an apartment complex. And so I don't really know how he managed to do all that in a public area.
Yeah, well, I mean, he lived in an apartment complex too. Good morning, Butterfly Kisses. Hey, Jennifer. So he lived in a real busy community, but at the time that Cody went missing, he had a U-Haul. He was in the process of moving to another house. Okay, so and one of the letters says he put him in the refrigerator, he put him in the car, and different things like that. I mean, I don't know. If he threw him in a dumpster, it seems like in this area, most of the trash goes to a recycling plant first, and then it gets sorted.
I hope he didn't throw that baby in a dumpster because...
Yeah, but our trash don't quite work like Georgia. Our trash...
No, with the Georgia stuff, they were able to hold trash pickup instantly.
Yeah, but what I'm saying, they never knew he was in the trash till recently.
Exactly.
He would be under 20 million pounds of trash. But that ain't... A lot of our trash here, though, goes to the... I forget what that place is called, but they sort the trash. So it goes through these conveyor belts, and they sort through it.
So then that would lead me to believe it would be possible to recognize.
So if he threw the baby, yeah, that's what I'm saying. If he threw the baby away, there's good chances that our system might catch it.
I would hope so, but
it would still be crushed in a truck and all that stuff, but they would see something coming through. I don't know if all trash does that, and I'm not sure if Buckrow but this area does. So I'm assuming, it's all part of the 757. So it probably goes by the same.
I just don't understand why he's out walking free now when he had a case against him for child neglect.
And if the letters are true, he's saying he killed, well, he ain't saying he killed the baby. What about the one that says he smeared?
Oh God. No, see, we're gonna put a trigger warning on.
A trigger warning, yeah. He smeared doo-doo on the kids.
That doesn't even make sense as to like why. All right, I'm gonna find this letter. It says, on 18 June 2021, I, Cory Bigsby.
Speak up a little bit because the camera's kind of far.
On 18 June 2021, I, Cory Bigsby, walked in the room and grabbed Cody, trigger warning, and dragged him into the kitchen and thumped his head on the floor and beat him with my fist, and he went to cardiac arrest. And I tried to perform CPR, then he did not respond. Then I went upstairs with Cody and put him into the tub. This part's got words over it. I held him and prayed to God that he would bring my baby back. Then I took him in the room and laid him in the bed. Then I went to the car and got a flash, then and charged it. There's pieces that are missing. Then he went to the gas station, and then I went to the store and got snacks. Then I went to the restroom and pooped and wiped it on Cody. And I went to the something car wash and put Cody in a bag. Then I drove back home and put Cody in the fridge. Then I put Cody in the car again and drove him to building 5511 and dug a hole by the tree and buried him. Then went home. Then went to King's Dominion the next day, and I went to the hospital and I dumped my clothes from the crime scene in the trash and burned them. Then the next day I went back to burn Cody and
see, I believe that because you know why? Because where he says he dropped that body, if he was to come back, he has to drive right past King's Dominion.
Right.
So there's some truth to that. From where he's at in Maryland, you coming down 95, you pass right by King's Dominion.
Let's see the last sentence. I went back to burn Cody and cover up the scars from the beatings. Then I went home and took a bath with DJ. Please accept my confession.
So he's saying that he would burn them because he wanted to cover the beating.
The scars. He said scars, like there were several.
This is what's coming from the guard. It says
actually no. This is the one that was handwritten in his. See how that's handwritten, and these are basically like
jot
this.
Down, yeah. Hey, Lev, want to say hey to everybody? Hey, Lev. Tell them to hit the like. If you hadn't, Lev said hit the like on the video, or she's gonna bite you in the face. Right, bite you in the face. So he confessed to two different guards. They found a letter in his cell, and that was the letter that PJ just read. And that has some weird details in it, like
just stuff that you don't need to include.
Like I went to the bathroom and smeared poop on him.
To me, that makes it seem like the guy's insane.
And then he stopped at King's Dominion. Like, you just killed your son.
You got snacks.
And went to King's Dominion. I don't think he's crazy. I think he's crazy for killing his son. But I don't think he's insane crazy where he don't need to spend the rest of his life in prison.
No, I know he's
and he wouldn't be on an ankle bracelet right now if it wasn't for us violating his constitutional rights. But I still don't think that's a reason to let this man out. And I know people will be like, "What are you talking about, Dolly? They violated his constitutional rights." I believe when you do something that heinous, you ain't got no damn rights. You gave that up. You gave that up when you gave your baby up. All right.
You shouldn't.
That's how I feel about it. But I know that ain't right. If it was anything else, I would be like, okay, you're right. They shouldn't violate your constitution.
And see, this is actually where we could go right on into the Delphi case, because that's what people are saying as the argument.
Is they're violating his rights?
They
are. Constitutional rights?
Well, first of all, they're claiming, and so Where do we even start with the Delphi case?
I
Richard
think if
Allen.
you guilty as hell, you don't get no rights. You got the right to shut the hell up and go to prison.
But that's not what the Constitution
I
says.
know, I know. I'm just
So, like, even Jeffrey Dahmer had the right to a fair trial. And so Richard Allen is sitting in a prison, hasn't even been to trial, hasn't most definitely been convicted guilty of anything, and they're not willing to budge. They're saying that it's for his protection, but who's saying that? The prosecution? So he doesn't even get to get somebody to determine that it's safer in the prison for him that's not biased. It's just
now. I know with all the lawyer stuff going on in his case, it's a little confusing to keep up with this and that. But it sounded like to me he was about to go to court before all this happened to try to get that search warrant thrown out.
he was.
And if that search warrant got thrown out, they have nothing on them,
Absolutely
right?
nothing.
Misty,
Oh, no, you got a
Misty
treat.
Dawn, thank you so much. Give Lolo a treat. Lolo, you get a treat. You get a treat. Look. Thank the people say thank you.
Got
Doggy
greenies.
treat. Greenies. You get a greenie. A greenie. She's like, yeah, I know about them greenies. I know about them greenies. Lolo was so cute. Thank you, Connie. Yeah, if like without that search warrant with that spent bullet, and ZA just gifted $5
Awesome.
membership. We got some new turtle shells going out today. So if you got a turtle shell, a membership, from ZA, make sure you thank her. Okay. And that is awesome of you. Thank you guys for the love. Yeah, that gets thrown out. They let him out. It goes back to, I don't know. Where does it go from there? That gets thrown out. Like, what do you do at that point? Because they believe they got the right person. I believe there's some connection. I don't know. The Delphi case is so confusing and don't make a whole lot of sense to me. Because I really think Keegan Kline is responsible. And I don't know how they went from Keegan Kline to Richard Allen. And I don't know, the spent bullet case don't make sense to me. You say it does. I mean,
it's a marking that it leaves, but I don't think that I would accept that as the main
in court,
evidence and the only evidence.
Yeah, I don't think I could do that either.
It's like, who's to say he didn't go out there and target practice or something, which clearly that's not the case. But the way that things are going now, it almost feels like he's being set up. And so what makes you not believe that that casing was set up somewhere?
If it was one of those rush to judge justice cases, they scream setup. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's arrest somebody because we can't have a killer on the loose. But the killer was on the loose for 5 years.
Yeah,
so
but
they like they rushed it.
He's the one that told them that he was
there.
Yeah. And so it almost like, as it's completely cold, they have nothing, and some dummy comes up, which he did from the very beginning. So that doesn't make sense. But I mean, still, if you're sitting there racking your brain trying to figure out who to pinpoint it on, and all of a sudden you're like, oh, this guy that said that was there.
A lot of killers insert themselves into crime. Or be at the crime scenes and things like that.
That's true.
I guarantee them Brian Kohlberger probably wasn't far from a crime scene in Idaho.
But see, you know what? And saying that, I know that a lot of the killers and a lot of people that are guilty go to like the funerals and stuff.
10 months.
Awesome. That one kid's dad that was dating one of the girls, he was at the memorial or at the viewing.
I hope we ain't that blurry as we are.
I don't think we are. Here, look, hold on. You can see it on my phone.
Because it's showing up on the TV. Maybe it's not set to the right resolution, but I'm watching us on the TV, the big screen, and it is blurry as shit.
We're not that blurry.
Okay. All right. I was just wondering. Maybe I don't have the resolution set on the TV right. Odinism. Have we ruled that out yet?
I don't even know what to think about that no more.
The Odinism?
I mean, the whole purpose of the defense was to put doubt out. So, like, you've got reasonable doubt, your case is not solid. And I mean, I'm doubting everybody and everything right now. So,
okay.
I mean, they did what they were supposed to do.
Let's see. So it's a little blurry. Okay, it'll work itself out. It's just probably the internet. We're on Wi-Fi.
stuff. I can't read very good from over there. I'm just gonna read it like this because there's a couple of questions I saw that were. It
Important.
doesn't. Yeah, important. It doesn't look blurry at all on mine. But
I think 100% boyfriend's dad is bridge guy.
see, that's what I'm saying, and he looks like he
Oh, it
could
looks
be.
clear now. Let's see it clear
And-
up.
See.
Hey, Dumpling. Good to see you. Yeah, it looks fine. Better now.
BJ and Dolly, do y'all think Delphi is cult related and police involved? Like Richard said, they were pinning it on him.
I don't know if the police are involved in the killing. Are they trying to railroad this man, an innocent man?
Well, I mean, he's not getting his rights. So
When you got this guy that don't really have as much connection as Keegan Klein.
yeah,
I think you got a stronger case to walk in there and convince me if Keegan Klein is responsible for these murders without him saying he's even there, than
he's
selling me on a bullet that wasn't even fired from a gun.
He's already locked up, right?
Yeah, but yeah. So
For
what?
other stuff, it would be easy just to say, "Oh, he did it," and be done with it.
Because he
I really
has
don't-
something to do with it. I
Yeah.
honestly believe there's no way he led them girls there and somebody else killed them. He had nothing to do with that. Nothing.
That would just be weird.
Impossible.
Like,
the odds of
odds
that
are-
are like,
Yeah,
I mean, it would be crazy to think that could happen. I mean,
but see, and so now, all that aside, his public defenders that he originally got were let go due to gross negligence, according to the judge, and then they tried to petition to be allowed to stay, which was also denied by the same judge. And then they said, well, hey, we'll work for free. He wants us to represent him. We'll work for free. And the judge, again, basically ignored their request. And so they've gone above her head, requested the superior courts to look at the case. The superior courts picked it up, and then they usually would represent the judge, like the general, I always forget that word, general attorney or the
district attorney
would typically represent the judge because they're on the same side. That didn't happen, so she had to hire her own attorney, the judge. And so then they're requesting for her to hand over the transcripts where they were in quarters discussing the gross negligence, and she's like basically refusing to hand over the transcripts. And so then she's asking for more time and more time and more time. And now she's got like till the 27th of November.
Yeah, the judge. I mean, I don't know what the judge's problem is with the lawyers like that.
She hired her friend that she's friends with on Facebook to be his attorney instead, who doesn't have proper criminal experience in criminal cases. Just when the whole thing is that messed up, I almost feel like you need a redo or something. Like there's no fixing it. And then how do you get a jury that's not biased?
I don't know. See, Nikki says, whose voice is most likely saying down the hill? Down the hill, girls. I mean, we know it's the bridge guy. Bridge guy is like a Bigfoot video. You really can't tell. Miss D's just gifted 5 Dolly memberships. Thank you, Misty.
Awesome. Y'all make sure you thank the people that get you your membership.
Oh, yeah, there you go. And don't forget to like the video. I don't know if this is a setup. I don't think they have a slam dunk case on Richard Allen whatsoever. I don't believe Odinism is responsible for the death of the Delphi girls. Could Richard Allen have something to do with it? I think there's a possibility. I just think there's other things that led them girls there. There's other weirdos. And look, in the Keegan Klein story, the following day, somebody showed up at a girl's house with a fucking ski mask on. So, I mean, we can't forget that. Who was that? Okay? And them people were speaking to Keegan.
Yeah.
They wasn't at the, so this dude kills Abby and Libby. Okay? Make this make sense. The following day, Keegan is talking to another young lady. Well, it's the day after that because they were already missing and they were talking about it. Keegan was talking about it with another young lady. And when she gets off the school bus, there's a man peeping through her window with a ski mask on. So they know she was talking to Keegan, who was that in her window. And Keegan is the one that sent Abby and Libby there. Make it make sense.
It doesn't. No matter how you look at it, it doesn't make sense.
Keegan has to have some type of play in this. And like that's what makes me think that either Richard Allen is being
I don't think he's completely innocent. I think personally, in my opinion, that he had some dealings with these people and they all worked somewhere
together.
together.
Yeah,
And
that is
that
what it is. It's the only way it has to link somehow. And I think the link or the connection,
Sweet Misery said, is Keegan an Odinist?
I don't think he's a Odinist.
They don't know that Richard is one either, but you could have this secret life that nobody knows about that you like participate in chat rooms where they are into that kind of thing, or like, I mean, but
Yeah,
they're
like
not
we
found.
can have some Odinism in here and not know it. We got any Odinism in here? I'm looking.
I don't know. There's so much to it that I don't see how they can have a trial now at all because it's so muddied and it's so many different aspects to it. When you go to jury selection, how are you going to find someone that's not biased?
What about all these people that are back blaming the kids in the Idaho 4? I mean, yeah, everybody's saying he's innocent and shit now. I can't believe how many people are running. They ran the whole guilty thing on YouTube until that ran out, and now they're running the he's innocent thing. You know what I'm saying? I don't get it. I guess it's just a YouTube move, but
cover guilt like Dolly, and what piece of evidence make you sure? I
what makes me think so?
No, she was talking to me.
Oh, what makes you think he's?
No, I don't. That's another weird one. Where's all the blood? Did he suck their blood or something too? Like I don't
think he sucked their blood.
I'm just saying. There's well, where did it go? I've been in an environment where there's severe trauma, and I've seen a lot of blood, and even with a full-blown hazmat suit on, you get it on places.
My thing is that you can look at him and tell he's crazy. It's the eyes. The eyes are the window to the soul. And when you look at that man's eyes, I see Ted Bundy.
Yeah, I mean, that's not how you convict somebody, though.
That's how I do it. Ted Bundy.
Okay, well then you're guilty
right.
too.
You can't hide the Bundy in you. When you got Bundy in
your
you,
eyes look funky, you could be guilty too.
I mean, yeah, I look high. That's the difference between looking high and evil. When you can see evil, you might look me in the eyes and see Cheech and Chong, but you look him in the eyes, you see damn Gacy and Bundy, right?
It's a specific look.
I'm a vibe dude, and that dude's a killer.
Hey, little horn Betty.
Okay, that's all I need.
Yeah, I know.
Dolly vibe tells me killer. Okay, I wouldn't sleep in a room with him. Right? If he was my cellmate, I would be nervous. I'd be like, oh Lord.
You're nervous of everybody though.
Yeah, but he kills people in their sleep.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Allegedly.
He's the sleepy man killer. You go to sleep around him, you get shanked.
I don't know.
I couldn't do it.
Something just is off there too. Because like I said, where's the blood? Where's the blood?
He might have been wearing a tie.
That don't matter. It's gonna drip on something. It's gonna get on something. He could have a suit on.
It was neat.
I don't
mean, I don't know. I ain't never went madly and stabbed 4 people to know, can you get away with it? Blood.
Supposedly digging through the walls. But they couldn't find his car on him.
I don't think. I said the same thing.
I don't think he's innocent either.
I said the same thing. I said it don't make sense. There ain't no blood here. There ain't no blood in the car. There ain't no blood at his house. But he's guilty. I would still convict him. If I was a juror, I'd be like, look, dude, you look evil and you got bushy eyebrows. So
I would hate to be on trial with you as a jury member.
I know, right? I'd let you go though, probably. I'd be like, all right, let him go. If it was something not killing people, I'd let you go.
Somebody asked where Beetlejuice was.
Beetlejuice? Right here.
Oh Lord. Now you're gonna have people calling me Beetlejuice and saying you call me Beetlejuice.
No, it's about me. It's about me, Beetlejuice. Not you, Beetlejuice.
Was it just me, or does anyone else hear Abby and Libby say we said no after he said down the hill? I've never heard
Well,
that.
here's the thing, guys. There's a
more
minute.
to the video.
Yeah, there's more to the video. They only released a little small segment. They still haven't. We haven't heard really what's on that video yet. I guess if when Richard Allen goes to court, we're gonna hear it.
Yeah.
That's gonna come out.
And then now that's another part of why his rights are being violated is now he's got to wait a whole nother year because this judge determined that his lawyers were inadequate based on her opinion. We have to wait a whole nother year so he goes back into the prison system when he's not even been convicted. I mean, that just seems insane. Even if it was Ted Bundy, I would still be like, okay, well, he at least has the right to have
well,
a
Ted Bundy
trial.
kept escaping.
Yeah, I remember.
You know, he would lose 60, 70 pounds and slide through a damn air conditioning vent.
That's yeah, I remember that. But still, even he should have a right to a fair trial is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, I agree. And especially when they don't have a lot on them.
Well, that's the thing. Like,
what about the confession though? I mean, we say this, but then we leave out the confession. Like, there's nobody twisting your arm.
Mom and his wife.
Wife, yeah. There's nobody twisting your arm in
How
no
do you
places.
know that though? He claimed he was.
Because I've been locked up.
But how? I mean,
treated like that.
Right, but you never seen no guards with no Odin patches on them, I bet.
I've never seen that either.
So, and they
didn't.
Guards
around here didn't need a patch. They were like,
they're not allowed to have patches.
They would say whatever the F they wanted to say to you. They didn't need a patch. They the devil. They had horns.
It's just the principle of it. Like, if
power tripping ass people.
Think of how many times you get accused of things and you're not guilty, and you like, how would that feel if you were in that situation and you're not guilty, but you're being accused and you're literally sent to the prison for your safety? It just seems like wrong.
Yet with not a lot of evidence against them, and I don't think, like I said, they don't seem like they have a lot. But with that confession, once you say you did it, I can't feel but so sorry for you. Like, if he hadn't confessed, I would say, yo, he don't need to be in jail.
Yeah.
Right? I would be like, yo, I would let this man out. They're holding this man on some bullshit like this.
Was that before or after he ate the paper?
Well, you can make yourself crazy. I mean,
and then that goes into the saying of like, hey, I'm crazy. I confess to something.
But it's proven. You lock a person in a room by themselves, they'll go crazy. They'll start talking to themselves, talking to the wall, talking to the roaches in the damn cell. If you don't keep your mind going, you will go crazy, and it don't take long.
Well, it don't take long. Solitary?
There's laws about how long you can have somebody by themselves because they will go insane.
Isn't he being kept in solitary? I think he is.
Yes, solitary where he probably has guards and he gets out for an hour and things like that. Mm-hmm. I'm talking about there's some people that get locked in solitary in prisons where the guards don't even go in the bitch. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? They lock down. They throw a tray through the door and that's it. You don't have no communication with the outside world at all or human contact, and you will go insane.
Hey, Irish. Hey.
So that's the worst part of being trapped with
that seems inhumane. Like,
your own demons are the worst, you know.
To me, but see, I guess I care more about people than the average person. Like, a jail that doesn't have windows, I think, is inhumane.
Now, there is one case we've been arguing about for a while. Me and PJ, I mean, like, arguing about it, like this total disagreement on it.
We broke up 15 times. No, we didn't.
But PJ came to me today and was like, well, you know what? I think you might have been right. What was that, PJ?
I already said you were right. I don't have no problem saying you were right.
What was PJ?
I'm the one that said originally that he was a bad person, that Turtle Boy guy.
Look, so PJ was drinking the turtle Kool-Aid over there.
No,
you know what I'm saying? She was wearing the wrong shell. Okay, she was wearing the wrong shell. And she was believing this whole Karen Reed innocent thing. No. Okay. And I'm like, look.
Was not. At least tell them the story correctly. I said there was stuff that was funny, just like these other two cases we just discussed. There's stuff that seems to be funny, like funny business going on. I never said I believe Turtle Boy because I knew he was a bad person from the beginning because of the dealings he had before with the other people I know.
I don't even think Baby Gap's simping for him right
He's
now.
not. It's been like a week since he's
Damn. Hey, Baby Gap, if you watching this, I am proud of you. Okay, good move. You're growing up. Smack him on the ass and
He's
send him
gonna
out the
come
door.
over here trying to sit on your lap.
I don't even
again.
gotta walk you to the school bus anymore.
Lord.
It's like watching a child grow up.
I mean, there's only but so much you can stand behind when his messages start getting released. The 15 phones he had taken
So
from
the police done did him dirty. They done got walked in with a search warrant, took his shit, and then released his personal messages.
Yeah.
That's what you get. Okay? The police
I
are
mean,
dirty. They play.
There's a handful of messages where he clearly says,
We know the police are corrupt, but the police didn't kill this lady. Okay? We know the police are crooked. I can stand behind. I can stand the dude. I mean, yeah, I messed that up. The police didn't kill John O'Keefe.
Right.
Okay, that's what I meant to say.
They didn't set up this lady, is what he also meant.
Yeah, they didn't set up the lady. So
it's too much. When the story becomes that eccentric, I think maybe that's the time where I should start to be like, okay, there's just too many pieces to the puzzle. It just gets a little too much. So that was too much.
So they've been putting out his messages. Is there anything, like, I ain't really been checking it out, to be honest. I just knew it was a bunch of hocus pocus shit with the guy from the very jump when I watched him. He was like a sports guy that then turned into this like, why you care so much, bro?
He's like a reporter, self-made news broadcaster, anchorman of sports / I can't even take it seriously. But no, his messages that were released basically had someone that was relaying messages from Karen Reed to him. And the person was saying stuff like, well, we can't place John O'Keefe outside or inside at such and such time. And he responded with, well, what have I been putting my neck out on the line for? Then that basically throws our defense out the window. But then afterwards, he went full force into that.
And here's the thing. If he knows behind the scenes it's some bullshit. Okay, let's just say it's a play.
Yeah.
All right, it's a play. All right. So he knows it's bullshit, but he's going to be like, he's going to sell it to his people, right? Why would you go out and get yourself fucking arrested and cost yourself all that money?
Because he thinks he's invincible. That's why he was disliked by so many people.
Yeah, but I got a ton of turtles. I don't feel invincible.
You sometimes feel invincible. It depends. You're not the type to go take risks when it comes to being arrested anymore, though. You did before. But I don't know if it's necessarily.
I mean, I still take risks, but not like.
I mean, you saw how fast his fund went to like 80K for that defense fund. He raised a lot of money for his defense.
Yeah, I mean,
and so he's got support to where I guess he has that ability to feel invincible, but it ain't gonna work out for him.
Yeah, but if you're guilty, you can't be in. I guess let me say this: if you can raise enough money, you can buy yourself out of anything.
Pretty much
anything. Even Turtle Boy can. If he raised enough money, he ain't getting in no trouble.
I think his thing was, and I've actually seen, I think Bullhorn Betty say it before, like the journalism from before, they were able to.
But he's a world-class journalist.
Award-winning
journalist.
You owe me a soda.
He's award-winning.
He's won awards.
That's better than bad.
Don't get it twisted. No, the reason I mentioned her is because it reminded me that, things, I guess, used to be that way before with journalists. Like, they were able to be tabloid-like, I guess. That's what I would describe his behavior as for his journalist abilities. And so, like,
he's not a journalist.
I know.
If you're out there purposely spreading misinformation for profit,
what I'm trying to say is that
you ain't no journalist.
It doesn't seem like he thinks he's actually harassing people. He doesn't, in his mind, it's like as if he doesn't believe he's harassing people. He just thinks he's a journalist. Just like you think you're a pony.
Some people think they're a lawn chair in this world. You know what I'm saying? Some people relate to being a zebra. I mean, I don't know. You can be anything you want to be. You can say you're whatever. That don't make you that.
No,
you know what I'm saying? I can sit here and say right now, I'm an astronaut because I take up space. That don't mean I'm going to space. So I can start dollynews.com and all of a sudden I'm a world.
I'm out of this entire chat.
I'm a world-winning journalist. Okay.
Yeah, it's true. Ultimately, everything comes out in the wash, and he's clearly not an award-winning journalist.
I mean, he
he's
won-
got an award for something, but I think it was like sportscasting related. I don't remember. It's been such a long time. That guy's so irrelevant. But that being said, I do feel like there's still stuff the prosecution did that was iffy, and it starts from like collecting the blood in solo cups. Like that doesn't, as an EMT, that's not proper protocol.
Yeah, but my thing is this. One thing I don't get is how it's acceptable for some people to do these types of things, and then other people it's not acceptable. If I did anything like Turtle Boy did, I'd be canceled off the internet.
Entire year that I've been
I would be so canceled off the internet. People would be like, yo, I ain't. It's just like they know he's that type of person, and they've accepted that. Okay, yeah. To where if I was to do something like that, people be like, "Oh, we know Dolly's a better person than that." That's fucking
JLR. And every time you mention JLR, I look at your comments. People are like, "Oh my god, leave JLR alone." Well, he just fully doxed some other dude on the internet with like his girlfriend's name, his like dogs, his like everything. And so now the people that were so against tragedy pimps or whatever they called them, now they're like, "Oh well, look, JLR's not who we thought he was. He's not getting, out here just going to cases. He's starting to dox people again, going back to his old ways. So now he's, I guess, going to be bad. But I don't see it. I don't see people making videos saying how bad he is now either.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I just know it's okay with some people to. I think he took it way too far, and that was the thing with the. I was like, yo, he's took this shit way too far. Like the showing up at the baseball games and the families and
in his mind, he doesn't think he's
trying to destroy that business.
Oh yeah, because that was like a family business. That wasn't even that wasn't Colin's personal business. Or
yeah. I mean, they're trying to destroy the business and trying to rally his troops underhanded, trying to get them to do things because he's saying. I watched his stream. I don't know. I ain't watched him in a good week or so or something, but he was talking stuff like, you know how you try to get, I don't know what they call it. I'm sure there's a YouTube word for it, where you try to say something, get your viewers to do it, but you don't directly tell them to do it. What do they call that? Me and some old slick shit, right? But you know what I'm saying? It's like telling your viewers, oh, I can't tell you to do this, but this needs to be done. You know what I'm saying? I don't recommend any of y'all doing this, but you start telling what needs to be done.
Subliminal. Yeah, it's a subliminal message. But there's another.
It's like telling you to do it without telling you to do it. And that's what he was rallying his people to go harass these people still without saying do it.
Shut up. Angel Loader said, just like here in York, PA, there's a litter box in the bathrooms for kids that identify as a cat. Shut up. No way. Dog whistle. Dog whistle manipulation, reverse psychology manipulation, gaslighting, power of suggestion.
That's kind of what it is, some power of suggestion shit. But doing it on a where he can't get in trouble for it. And that's what the prosecution is saying he's doing. And then he's trying to encourage it while he's not doing it. So it looks like he don't have nothing to do with it. Like if these things continue and he ain't involved, then it ain't him, right?
Yeah, but it is though, because that's just like that guy that wasn't charged with inciting a riot because he basically set all of that emotion by saying what he said and had people coming out to the place.
When I say something about Turtle Boy, people think I support police corruption. Okay, I do not. I don't even like the damn police. Dolly been to jail, locked up, beat up by the police. Right? Anybody should hate the police. I should hate the police. But these police didn't kill their fellow police officer and drop his body in the front yard. That's ridiculous. Okay, so much as I hate the police, I can't even pin that on them. It don't even make sense. If the police are going to kill you, they're going to do it. They're going to drop your ass off in an alley where a drug dealer be like, drug dealer shot him. We got to cop down.
We had a turtle sub in here that said they can't watch anymore because we're ignorant about Turtle Boy.
Well, then get out. Okay, get out.
It's an airport. You got to, announce your departure.
Bye.
Oh, and Iris said,
who's coming with me?
EMTs.
It's like the movie with the dude in the record shop. He's like, I'm out of here. This place sucks.
What was that that movie called?
Who's coming with me? Half baked.
Yes.
Half
Oh my
baked. He's
God.
like, who's coming with me? The one girl's like, I go. Right? So that's why always people like, yo, I'm unsubscribe. And like, why you gotta tell me? Like, you just unsubscribe, right? That's so they could be like, they trying to rally the troops with them. Like, come, I'm with you, right? I agree. Okay. But here's the thing: is I knew it was bullshit from the rip, and I don't know how not to be 100 about stuff. I mean, I could if you paid me, but I didn't get a check from Turtle Boy, so I'm calling bullshit on all of it. Does this dude care? Is it something he's passionate about? Is this something he's like, you know how much money I'm going to make? They're going to make document. When he said that, I was done. I was done right there. When he was like, "Oh, we're gonna be rich," me and Karen Reed are gonna be laughing.
Shouldn't be bragging about.
When he said that shit, when that man said that shit right there, I was done. You can send for Turtle Boy all the fuck you want. When that man said, "You know how rich I'm gonna be behind this shit,"
Iris just got her membership.
Nah,
And no, yeah, that was like something you just don't say. Even if that's what you're thinking in the back of your mind, you probably shouldn't say that to a bunch of people. Yeah,
and even if Karen Reed is innocent, that dude right there is a piece of work. Okay, I knew right then. I was like, this dude is an all money grab for him. He could care less about police corruption.
And I think it was about the money for Turtle Boy. Yeah,
it was definitely.
He said it. Came out his own mouth.
Out his own mouth. Like, ain't nobody twist his arm to say that night. But he made it worse. He said, me and Karen Reed, when this is done, we're going to be sitting back rich laughing. And
Sweet Misery said, I wonder if they're in a relationship. That's a good relationship.
I think in his mind, he thinks that.
Maybe she'll kill him next. I'm sorry.
You know, maybe he thinks I'm going to hook up with this, you know, and maybe it's a thing to him. He seems a little, he seems, he's I don't know if it's just a Boston crudeness to him. Like, he's just crude and he's not I don't know. It's just not, he's.
Okay.
It ain't air. It's trashy. It's like, I don't know. I just can't. It's something about that.
Yeah, the way he talks to everybody. It ain't just like you don't discriminate on how bad he treats everybody.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, I don't know what to say. Like,
yeah.
And maybe it's a Boston thing.
I know people in Boston that aren't like that. They don't talk like that.
You know, just the things he calls people and says about people and body shames motherfucker like he's.
It's cringy.
He acts like he's him. Who's the dude from who the fuck Aquaman? He thinks that dude. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he like in his mind that's what he's perceiving. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know. The internet's a crazy place, and
hopefully they can have a.
Maybe he got into it for the right reasons in the beginning.
And he's always covered cases that were bigger and tried to make a living off of covering cases that made the money. He's not out here doing something. That's just my perception.
Yeah, and hurting the businesses while he's trying to profit off of it. You know, and let me tell you this: they're going up to people's old ladies, like say I was doing something with a kid and you over there harassing PJ or something. Like, I'm going to jail that day. You know, it's going to be one of those days where I go to jail because you're forcing that cop to break his foot off in your ass.
Yeah.
Kind of. You know what I'm saying? Man law says he got to stomp a mud hole in you. Okay, that's man law. That trumps every other law on this planet. Okay? Like,
I mean, and it's not even just that. He went to like their kids' game.
That's what I'm saying. He violated man law.
He him out on a date or.
You got us on family time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We out. You know what I'm saying? And you on some bullshit. You know, like total.
Just making a spectacle out of nothing that don't even exist. And that's the thing. The text messages that got released pretty much said.
Get what so many
Jennifer McCabe, her search for the search that he has all over his shirt, the Google search. He set out his own freaking text that, oh, well, that throws the whole defense theory out the window. And that was based off of that text. Like something was said that they didn't know where his body was at.
I understand why so many people follow it and back it, because police corruption is terrible.
It's dramatic.
Right? Everybody knows the police are crooked.
It's dramatic.
Right? And there's the possibility it's a good story, and
there's drama.
There's drama, and these women have gravitated towards it.
Because it's dramatic. And I don't care what anybody says, drama sells.
To a certain point, I think.
What do you think is making Summer Wells case big every time that it dies down? Somebody does something dramatic, and then we talk about it.
Yeah. Speaking of talking about things, what about these people? Who is it? Messing with Brandy Neal, right?
Oh Lord, Daisy.
This is what I don't understand.
Needs to stop.
Okay, the people that are attacking Brandy Neal out there, like, do you not realize that the police have people that are witnesses, right, to the Wanderers and things of that nature, to be blaming this family, right, when the police are about to charge people in this? Okay, we've heard the prosecution just a little bit goes that they're recharging people. Right, and them people gonna be probably the Wanderers, most likely.
Started or what happened? Because
but to blame the family at this point,
it's disgusting.
Like, let that lady heal.
No, but it didn't even start. It started out because Daisy was covering true crime, which I don't believe she should be, and she was talking about different cases, and somehow she managed to kind of mush them together to where she was talking about SA, and then she was talking about Michael Monkey Vaughn and how he's missing, and so it seemed as though they may have been related, that there may have been SA within Michael Vaughn's case. And so Brandy simply came up to her panel, addressed her. She didn't talk about her on a different channel. She addressed her.
Oh, and asked her not to bring up Michael.
Michael.
When they talk about that stuff.
Like almost enraged, like, how dare you tell me not to? Fine,
I remember that. It's still going from that.
That's where it originated. So then Daisy started saying, well, why don't people treat Candace like they treat Brandy Neal? They're not the same.
Oh, they're not
the same.
They're nowhere near.
They're not the same.
There's nowhere even close.
And so a couple of different channels started doing the coverage because, like you said, the Wanderers are still suspects. They still can be recharged for the crime. There's witnesses. There's other people that may have been involved. And so that all started again to be on different channels, and they started talking about it. And so
I heard they're saying that her old man Tyler failed the lie detectors test.
Right, because they're saying that Dawn and Candace didn't pass theirs, and that's another thing. Lie detectors are not utilized in court cases because of the fact that you don't pass or fail. You don't get a printout that says pass, good job. It literally says it's inconsistent sometimes. Like, I tried to be a dispatcher. I had the whole hookup. It was so traumatic, I can't even. But they ask you questions, and then there's things in the end where the guy's like, okay, well, you did have somewhat of an inconsistency on some questions. We went ahead and had the conversation about some of the things that I felt were a little inconsistent. I do believe you're being truthful. I'm not really sure why it went that way, but I'm going to go ahead and pass you through. So I passed. But he made me aware that there were some things that he asked me. And I think it was a question of like, have you ever shared your medicine with anybody? Something real weird. And I was thinking like, what does he mean by medicine? Like, and so I was all in my head about the question. But ultimately he passed me through and claimed, I passed the lie detector test. But ultimately, if you really want to be technical.
I don't really believe him so much either, because certain things make you nervous just in general. Like, I wasn't nervous that whole time. Yesterday until I sat on the bench getting ready to shoot that
upstairs
stuff for the audition for Survivor. And then I got nervous.
I couldn't have done it because of that anticipation of sitting there that whole time.
That wasn't bad. That wasn't bad. It was just that moment.
That's because you've got the same turtle boy. I own this whole building here. I'm going to sit right here in the dead center of the place. Like,
yeah, but I don't act like that. I don't treat people like that. I don't talk to people like that.
I didn't mean it like that.
I mean, I might think this is my world, but I treat the people in it with me good.
Yeah, no, I didn't mean it like that. I meant like in a good way, not like that.
I think it's a matter of like.
You still have to be kind to everybody.
I think I was raised better. I hate to say it like that. Like, I hold the door for you. I say thank you. I'm polite for the most part, unless you make me mad.
Everybody else was nervous for you.
Yeah, so I try to treat people like I want to be treated.
Yeah, no, you do.
I don't sit around calling people cocksuckers and
That was a bad
and
example. It wasn't like that, like you're like that in that way, but you do have that, um, you're not really worried about what people around you are thinking or looking at you like
oh yeah, like how I
that.
stood in front of a crowd of 1,000 people was just live streaming like
Mhm.
yeah,
That's why it took me a minute to get used to that at Busch Gardens. The first time we went, I was literally like, "Oh my god, what are we doing?" I'm sitting there like,
yeah,
"I don't
I'm
know this
not worried
person."
about you. You know what I'm saying? You need to. I think people need to worry about themselves in this world,
Well,
right? Like,
I think that's a great way to be because, like, if you are most of the time, if I'm sitting there focused on what somebody's thinking about me, I'm thinking that person thinks like, I look a certain way, and they're not looking at me at all. I'm like, so I'm sitting here wasting my time in my head thinking such and such is even remotely looking over at me, and they're not. So I think your way is admirable. I wish I knew how to fix it.
yeah, I mean, I don't know. I just don't care what people think about me, really.
I
Like,
got us
I
all
want
off
people to
topic.
think good about me that know me, but if we're in a setting where it's just, I don't care if you're looking at me. You know what I'm
Ultimately, you can't
saying?
control that anyway.
So many people watch me every day. I don't care if I do something stupid in front of a crowd of people. I'm just used to it, I guess.
Yeah.
But like,
We were talking about all that, and I got so distracted with the branding and saying that Tyler didn't pass his lie detector test.
um, I mean, there's a possibility that maybe he didn't, but I don't know for sure. I'm not positive. But I know this, there's other things that lead completely away from that family. That is a super nice family. Y'all need to leave them people alone that are out there saying bad things. Let the police do their job. They got this under control. I said that when I went out there. I said the police are doing a good job in this, and they haven't given
Candace and
up.
Don are not
They
Brandy
haven't
and
stopped.
Tyler, period.
Okay. The Michael Vaughn case is still an open, active case right this minute, right? So it ain't like it's cold. It's not like Summer Wells. It's not like none of those things. It's putting stuff together, getting people prosecuted, and getting the people that hurt Monkey
Put away.
put away. Okay. We know pretty much, and Brandy knows,
Yeah,
the
just pray for
police
the family,
know,
Kaylee said.
right?
Yeah.
They know. And they're trying to heal. Okay. They're trying to heal. They know what happened to Monkey. Everybody knows. The police know. It's just a matter of what happens. Let that lady heal and stop fucking with her family. That is terrible, terrible,
Not
terrible,
content.
terrible, right?
It shouldn't be content. And then people are nothing like Dawn and
And
Candace. I'm
yeah,
sorry. They've looked for their kid as
and even
the
Brandy
second
with her
witnessing.
heart, how she is, she reached out to Don and Candace. That was hard to watch on the internet. That's terrible. It's two different things. Um, I want the same outcome for both kids, but the families are two different families for sure.
Well, I was watching somebody in the other day about when Summer went missing. It took Candace 13 days to even make a public statement on her kid being missing. I mean, and I know Brandy's from the second Monkey was gone. She
Hmm.
was all over the place, begging people to help find her son. It's just
Even
not the same. It's not the same.
even when I was out there,
Actions speak louder than words ultimately.
okay, so when this all happened, so Michael Vaughn went missing. That they believe he may have walked to the splash pad. Everybody remember the splash pad, right? So because Brandy's first instinct is he's done wandered off to the park to go get
Mhm.
wet, play, normal kid stuff, right? So Brandy was frantic, and the lady that lives in the house on the corner where the splash pad at, she was out walking her collie. She had some pretty dogs, um, and I was talking to her, and she said she remembered the day well. She said because she looked outside and she seen somebody running around the park frantically, and it was Brandy that she had seen. And she said at first she thought somebody was lost their dog, right? But then when she seen how frantic Brandy was, she realized that there was a missing kid.
Mhm.
Okay, and she had seen Brandy out there running around frantic. So when in the beginning, when people were accusing the family and stuff. I was like, oh, I don't. This don't seem like one of those cases. It really don't.
And
And
I just want to make a correction because I see a couple of people saying that Daisy wasn't actually talking about Michael Vaughn. She had it hashtag and they were discussing Summer with Don Wells.
but she had it
Hashtagged.
hashtagging. Okay. But either way, they shouldn't be sitting around right now accusing or even
No,
suggesting
no.
that this family has something to do with this when the police, you know what I'm saying?
That's not how you respond to someone calling you out. I feel like it was
The
like a
problem
response.
is they can't find them. You
Yeah.
know, they know what happened. The problem is they can't find them. And with these people being travelers and the wanderers kind of wandering, it's sad, man. And some of these people I wish would stay away from the internet for their own good.
Yeah.
You know, I just think it's going to leave more and more scars, open scars before they're done healing. Like some of these families, they probably should just take a little break from this internet stuff and just handle your stuff. And then when everything's good for you, then do the internet stuff. And as a
Hey,
creator,
Luther.
you got to be somewhat respectful in this crazy world of true crime. You know, I you question everything. Even I do. I question things about families. Did the family do it? Did the family have something to do with it? But when there's blatant evidence out there that this family didn't have nothing to do with it, and that they have suspects and they have people witnesses to it, and they just haven't linked it all together, give them people that respect. You know,
There's a bunch of people in here upset we're dragging Daisy.
I'm not dragging Daisy.
Yeah,
I'm just saying you shouldn't do those things in true crime, right? Just like if there was nothing out there and you was questioning, well, why did her whole man do? You know what I'm saying? There may be something to that,
yeah.
but there's other things out there that say otherwise, and you just can't pick and choose what you want to use. You got to use it all.
Yeah.
What is out there, and I think that's like we're
I
going
feel
in
like there's a
reverse.
fine line and a moral compass that people should not cross over.
Well, it's like going in reverse.
Yeah.
You're talking about this chapter 3, and we're on chapter 7.
Yeah.
Okay, we know they didn't do it. We know that these people have something to do with Snatch and Monkey and things of that nature. Why would you just take a shot?
As a response and retaliation. So that's where it's like you shouldn't cross that line just to get your dig in at somebody you think wronged you.
Yeah, I wouldn't be attacking that lady out there.
It makes you look bad. So I mean, keep it up.
I say let her heal. Let her heal.
But that's where you said like she may need to step back and take some time. But
Yeah.
she finds something out of the internet world that's
but man, look, Joy.
Yeah.
She's probably made friends and people that really do care, and that people that want the best for her. But in that, right, you got to deal with all the other people. You know what I'm saying? That don't give a two F's and don't care about you, don't care about nothing that happened to you, none of it. You know what I'm saying?
It's like some people have no soul with how low they'll go with it.
So you got to remember that when you come on the internet, and I would imagine too if I was going through a lot, and like even I used the internet for support yesterday.
Yeah.
So I can't say you need to get off the internet because some people use this as a support system.
A lot of people use it, especially since we had that sickness. There's a lot of people that utilize this whole thing to have friendships and you can't just be in solitude. We just talked about it with Richard Allen. You can't be secluded from everybody. Everybody needs some kind of communication with another human, and with us being somewhat asked to shelter in place last 2-3 years, it's like it's almost we almost need socialization to live, and a lot of that consists of online.
Yeah. And I guess I learned one word over the last few years: parasocial relationships. People on the internet, right? You got crazy.
Jennifer said, "Is Michael's case closed? I must have missed something."
No, his case ain't closed, but they're about to recharge some people, from my understanding.
Hopefully sooner versus later.
Yeah, hopefully sooner versus later. But from my understanding, the people that they're going to recharge are already sitting on jail in jail for unrelated charges, and soon they'll be sitting in jail for what they should be sitting in jail for.
Just a girl from Alaska said every channel is bashing Daisy. It's not her fault the kids are missing. Okay.
It's definitely not Daisy's fault the kids are missing, but let's don't attack this lady. You know what I'm saying? When there's evidence that points somewhere else, stick to blaming Candace is what I say, because there's no evidence that says she's innocent. You know what I'm saying? There's evidence that say Brandy and Tyler didn't do this. Okay, the police are up there saying they're innocent. They didn't have nothing to do with it. You ever heard that in Tennessee? I guarantee the Fruitland, Idaho police, they got right up there and said Tyler and Brandy don't have nothing to do with this.
Yeah.
Okay, the police said that. The police, they said they don't have nothing to do with it.
Terry Southern Gal said
they're cleared.
If I'm not mistaken, one of the neighbors said that they'd seen little Michael walking around that day and that he had actually came to the house looking for somebody to play with. I heard
That's
that
true.
too.
That is true. He was outside. That all part is true. He did get out the house. That whole lead up to that is true. But the thing is, when he got out, he got snatched.
Yeah.
Okay? He wanted to play. He was a playful kid. This is a nice area, nice neighborhood. I would let Lolo outside in this neighborhood. Okay? Ain't a lot of traffic. And it's I'd be still watching, I guess. But still, you know what I'm saying? The kid slipped out the door. Not even the first time he done it. But they didn't hurt their child. Okay? And I don't know. I don't know. When there's evidence that points somewhere else, I ain't gonna, never attack a mom and dad when there's something that points somewhere else. And even if I think they did it, I'm not gonna attack them. I didn't attack Don and Candace Wells.
No, we had lunch with them.
Yeah, we went and sat with them. You know what I'm saying? I do believe they covering up the disappearance of their daughter. I ain't gonna attack you over that.
Based on their actions and the way they have been from day one.
I got no proof. I got no proof of that.
Their actions show that they don't, and I don't care how people say people grieve differently. No, if you're a mother, I don't care if you're a mother that doesn't mother very well, you're still gonna freaking ask the public for help for your daughter being missing the first day that child goes missing. I'm sorry. It is what it is. She never came out the first day.
Even as a father, I'd be begging for help, begging. Just like Jim.
Yeah.
Like Jim didn't care. He didn't know me. He didn't care who helped him. He just wanted help, right? I want help searching anybody that he just needed somebody with him. Like he needed that, So, and the stuff, with his daughter is still going on. That dude should have never been out of jail, So
there's
the Aral Hooks,
the
Aral Hooks. That this man should have never been out of jail, and he wouldn't have been out of jail, but the judge was on vacation or some crazy.
That story is crazy because she actually had a 3-day restraining order, and then they denied it because the judge was on vacation or something, and then he didn't get charged with like a more serious felony than he got a misdemeanor, so it was looked over. There's so much to the Aral Hooks case I still can't process.
Yeah, that was a real emotional one there, and I don't know what's going to go down with it. But
we should recap for the people that are.
Okay, the Aral Hooks case was how long ago?
You're going to do an update soon.
How long ago was the Aral Hooks case?
It was right after your birthday.
So August
27th.
August, yeah, that's right, because it was right directly after my birthday. I ended up going to
Lexington or Lexingburg, something
Lynchburg.
That's
it. I was
something L.
Lynchburg. Okay, so the young lady went missing out of Lynchburg, and the family's asking for help. So PJ gets in contact with them. I go up there, meet them, start searching, and we're searching that day. And while we're searching, me and the dad split up. He has a confrontation with her husband. Okay, this is who was the last person they.
How is it that I was the point of contact there? I still am because he couldn't reach you or something. And I got that frantic phone call. That was scary. That was scary.
PJ was our middleman.
That was
okay between me and Jim. All right, so she was middleman and everything between us. and we were out searching
together, and
Yeah.
I'm at work.
She's at work, but she's planning
Hold
everything,
it down.
saying, holding everything down. But when he rode up on that man,
Y'all
his
separated
daughter,
somehow. You went.
his daughter's in the trunk of the car, dead.
You didn't know that at the time.
No, and wow, it everything that day changed so quick. It was like, I don't know,
Yeah.
just insane.
Yeah, good vibes.
And that, like I said, his that dude should not have been out of jail to hurt his
No,
daughter.
he had several abuse charges type. He had weapons charges. He had every charge in the book.
And the mother, of course, came out and said her son's sick, and he hears voices.
She said she'd been trying to get him help since he was young, and there's not much that she could do because as a parent, she kept trying and trying, and I kind of feel sorry for her.
I don't know. I don't believe it because then you look at his social media. He's standing there holding guns.
I mean, he's grown.
Got
though.
money. And
What do you think would happen if you told Tiff right now that you think she's got an illness and tried to lock her up or something? Let's say she did. She doesn't. But he was grown, is what I'm trying to say. He was 22, so it's not really.
Yeah, but how much is that is mental illness, and how much is that is drug use?
That's another thing.
You know what I'm saying?
Because you can get severe mental illness from over drug use.
And the area he was in was a rough area too. That was like, whoo, that was a rough one. So, he'll have court coming up, so maybe we'll follow up on that and what's going on with Jim and all those things in the Aral Hooks case. I mean, I don't see him ever getting out of prison, to be
I would
honest.
hope not.
I don't. He'll never get out. He was already facing 20 years before the murder charge.
And then again, probably with the C, it got delayed. Is that what's going on? Because he was on probation, or he was
He had
actually out
gun
on parole,
charges and
something.
yeah, he had gun charges and all kind of felony charges. So he was going away, and I think he knew that.
Yeah.
And I mean, I don't want to. I guess I can speculate a little bit. I'm thinking he knows he's going away, and this chick ain't gonna be around when he gets out. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know.
I don't know I don't know what leads to people to do something like that. Anyway, because if we wasn't getting along like me and you, we would just go our separate ways.
Yeah.
Right? Why don't people just go their separate ways? Why would you throw your whole life away as a young man?
I mean,
the story of family.
But even then, I mean.
Yeah, but now the kid has no mama and no daddy.
Yeah. That's why I have to believe there was some kind of mental
health. But the kid does have a good family. That's least.
Yeah.
Least is that, okay? The family, a good solid family, good people, big family. So that baby will be all right. But what if it wasn't the case? You know what I'm saying? You got no mom, no dad.
Nobody else.
You got nothing because your dad's a dumbass.
There's no way that can't not have some kind of mental health issue involved in it.
Anybody that kills somebody got to have some type of mental health issue, though.
Yeah.
Normal people don't want to hurt people and stuff like that.
Like I said, put blue hearts in chat for monkey. Yeah.
If you sitting around right now thinking you want to hurt somebody, you got something wrong with you. I hate
get help. Yeah.
Yeah, I hate to say that to you, but it's truthful. You need to get some help for that and or clear your mind and think about the things that are making you angry and why because it's not normal to want to hurt people or think it's okay to kill somebody or any of those things. Right?
It helps me to think about things that I should be grateful for.
Yeah.
But I don't think about hurting anybody.
Think positive thoughts and positive outcomes you'll have. You're sitting around thinking all this doom and gloom. So I don't know. I mean, life is hard on people. And like I said,
hard
drugs
right now for everybody.
And young relationships are sometimes hostile when they were young. You know what I'm saying? I was young one time. I know when you're young and wild and crazy, shit get a little crazy. So, but she was a baby. I have a daughter that age. Just like I told Jim, I was like, I'm here. I got a daughter the same age as you, Jim.
It's horrific.
Like the exact same age. And to me, yeah, Tiff's grown, but she's a baby to me.
Yeah, it's always going to be a baby.
So
I just can't imagine. I can't believe he walked up on that
I don't
car.
know. When she's 45, I don't know if she'll be gonna be a baby, but I mean, 20s
Hey,
to
not
me,
yet.
a 20-year-old kid is I ain't saying a little baby, but you still a kid.
Oh yeah,
You know, you
haven't
still a
lived life.
kid.
Yeah,
What would they say? You still wet behind the ears? Or,
yeah. It's just I don't know. I think my baby is gonna be my baby, but I just can't imagine. And then the fact that she was in the trunk and he didn't even know that, and just
yeah, like I would have lost my shit.
I
He
see.
lost his a little bit, but you know,
I heard it. He called me, and that was scary. That was scary.
but I don't blame him either. I
No,
don't blame his reaction. He was ready to go too. He was like, yo, because he didn't tell me what had happened at first. You know what I'm saying? He didn't say. I just went over there and tried to put a cigarette out on his face. You know what I'm saying? But um, yeah, he was ready to rock and roll, get the hell up out of there, and he didn't. Imagine if he would have knew.
oh God, I
He
can't
even
imagine
told him.
that.
He even told him. He said the only reason you living right now is because you the only one that knows where my daughter's at.
Mm,
And little did Jim know. You know what I'm
that's
saying?
terrible.
Ain't it? Ain't it? And he's such a nice guy. He's a nice guy, hard working. You can just it's hard to watch. And I try to tell people that in true crime. I was like, yo, this is an emotional
You
damn
gotta take
roller
time to
coaster.
watch something different. Like I always tell when I remember when we were watching scary movies and my kid was here and I was like, all right, we're gonna have to go home and watch the Cosby Show now. I literally would do that all the time. If there's something that I'm watching that's like horrific or something I'm participating in, I would have to go home and like turn on the Smurfs or something real like silly to like get out of that mindset because it takes you, especially if you're emotionally invested, it takes a toll, even
It's
if you don't
hard
think it
not.
does.
It's hard not to be. You know what I'm saying? In a situation like that where everything's happening and you're rapidly in it, it's hard not to be emotionally invested. I was like, I couldn't even bleed out coming that day, and I know this. We live in a crazy world. I say that all the time, but
Yeah,
I don't think
it
people
seems like
realize
it's
how
getting
crazy
worse.
we live in a madhouse. And there's cases like this every day.
That we don't hear about.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
we don't hear about. And these are just some right around us. So, but this type of stuff is happening everywhere. Um, especially couples killing each other, husbands and wives killing each other.
That's because
That's been
who you're
happening since the
closest to.
beginning of time, right? That's been happening since the beginning of time. Um, but people need to realize, hey, I know it says the death do his part, but
That's not what it means.
that ain't quite what it means. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. It don't mean you can kill the other person. So,
There's 497 people in this chat, and there's only 260 likes.
well, you guys better hit that damn like button. What you waiting for? You think it's gonna like itself? It don't like itself, right? I'm gonna end up homeless, right? Living on a park bench. I already got a bad back.
Oh Lord.
All right, I already got a bad back. Can't take it. That means y'all gotta like it. Y'all gotta like the video. All right. I end up homeless. You'll see me at the soup kitchen.
You're silly.
When did Wanda get out? What does that say? Is that what it says?
When Wanda gets out.
She ain't getting out.
Is that a question? Was there part of the comment that's like, I think it's February, Lex.
I don't think the Wanderers are gonna get out of jail. I think right before it's time for them to be released.
Yeah, because like I said, anyone know when the Wanderers release dates are for jail right now currently because they're not being held for Michael's crime at the moment.
I guarantee before they get out of jail, they will be probably. That's
Or right when
Dolly's
they get
guess.
out.
Okay, they're not getting out of jail. They're not getting out of jail. Not happening. Y'all write that down. So when you say Dolly's a psychic, okay, write it down. I want to use that and be like, remember when I said they weren't getting out of jail? I
I see
told
a
you.
couple of people that are going to be excited for Turtle Island tomorrow.
Y'all ready for Turtle Island tomorrow? I'm ready. Okay.
I can't believe you didn't bring a buff. I should have put your stuff to the side because I was thinking about that the day
I could
before.
have wore it and looked like I was part of the tribe.
You
But
could have given it to a producer or something. I mean, come on now.
yeah, I didn't have nothing with me. It's the story of my life. But now that I got the experience of Survivor, vibe. I'm ready to do Turtle Island. I'm gonna intertwine some of the new stuff in it. What do you think?
I'm excited about Big Brother. I'm gonna add you to that list.
What's a Big Brother?
I think you would kill it on Big Brother.
Well, we look, and Big Brother's on CBS.
Same.
So
place.
I auditioned for CBS. So maybe if Survivor don't work out, we do Big Brother. Big Brother don't work out, we do what else is there?
There's a couple of different ones. Amazing Race.
I'm ready. Do I gotta run?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck that. Scratch that one.
Lord, can Nanya pre-order eggs? No.
Can you pre-order eggs?
No.
We ready. All right. We taking away all immunity.
You know, I've allowed for
kidding.
people to do the pay
Free eggs?
no, not pre-eggs, no, because eggs have game changers, but I've allowed the where you send the PayPal and it gets to double like that $50
Yeah.
got 10 votes.
Yeah, oh, so you can pre-vote, but you can't
Yeah,
pre-egg.
but with those, you literally have to write everything out in the note section in order for it to count, because you can't just expect somebody to know what you're sending money for. But
that's PJ's area.
that's because some people are really afraid to cast their vote based on what people would think of them or what somebody will get angry about. It's silly. It's
I
really
just
silly.
answer the phones. I'm a phone guy.
It's
Die!
Someone said Fear Factor.
That ain't a show no more.
It's not a show no more.
We need something new that's coming out.
He's not doing Naked and Afraid.
I don't even know.
That's just weird. They drop you like on a remote location naked and you're with a random person or a couple go together sometimes and you have to survive in
I've seen it
wilderness.
before. I've seen them drop them off in the jungle. Fuck that.
I've seen it before a handful of
Nah.
times, and every time that I've seen it, one of the two is literally like, I gotta go home.
That's how I'd be. Day one after no internet. With a damn zebra run past me, I'd be like, F this, I got to go.
Someone said you would be great on the circle.
I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is.
Jinx. I just want to know how the hell PJ keeps up with the. Here's how I keep up with the votes.
You say it
on this side.
Yeah.
But then, by the time, this one has all of it on the end. By the time that everything gets counted after I'm done counting from the votes in the chat, we always have to, because that's why the 10 minutes at the end got added, because we actually have to go back and forth and look through all the apps to make sure nobody paid.
That's right.
And then that gets added to the list. But
that's how we messed up the first one, because people voted to the last minute and we wasn't able to add it. So then we realized, hey, we need the 10 minutes to make sure everything's right.
People that see me in real life are
because we're trying to count things fast too, because we have a limited time to count it. So we're trying to count, make sure there ain't no mistakes. And some of the counts are really close. Like, because we've seen people go home 16, 17 votes.
No, the first day, the one that got messed up, it was 18, 17, and 16 were the numbers for the top three.
So you start trying to count that fast and you count little lines, you might F up.
I mean, I'm usually good about my lines, but my thing is that where it gets to where there's several people in the end where it's like crunch time. That's that one day. That's what happened. It was like crunch time and people were just
yeah, and every Turtle Island is busy as like crazy.
It depends on who's up. But see, the people that are safe and have immunity should really not feel safe, because there's always the game changers. And I made them cards the way that they are. There's not going to be as many immunities. I don't know why last time there were like 3 or 4 cards pulled from immunities. I don't think that's a fun game. We just need to strip those and just, all out war.
Strip immunity.
War!
No, we got to have safe people.
I know, but not as many.
That's the luck of the game.
There shouldn't be 4. There shouldn't be 4 freaking people that are safe.
Yeah, but fate decides who wins the game.
No,
fate and people.
It's just...
You can have the people and still not win the game. In Turtle Island, you can have the numbers and lose. Name a game like that.
The circle is you.
I'm the circle.
I love the circle. I'm lost. That went way over my head. Like that was too deep. PJ would be good in the circle. What are they talking about?
I need one of those episodes to be no immunity. That would be chaos.
We do those in the end. Like the top 3 had no immunity last time.
And what? Yeah, the last game, there's no, of course, there's no
The
immunity.
one before that and the one before that last time with no immunity. Because remember, we were gonna have the people that were left do the real life stuff like on cam, and that fell through because there's always.
No, 2 of them did. The last person didn't. Team Rose didn't make it. She was asleep.
I remember.
But the lab came up and told his reason why he should be picked. And who else was there? Dumpling. She came up and told why she was supposed to be picked. And remember, Rose lost 10 points
She was asleep.
because she was asleep. So that's part of the game. Like at the end, you know, we have the people here live. Okay, just like Tribal Council and Survivor. So if you don't make it, you don't lose. You just lose a certain amount of points.
Well, so you're pushing me off.
Because it's all a point game anyway, technically.
I saw something.
That needs to be addressed?
No, that I just wanted to read again, that I don't remember what it was even about, but I wanted to read it. And now I can't find it because I don't know what it is or what it was.
Okay, well, I have to look up the circle. Remember that. We'll check it out.
Someone said the square. I think they're messing with me.
The square.
Circle on Netflix.
Now I want to be on a reality TV show. Which one can we get me on? Okay.
There should be a limit on how many times someone can get immunity.
I bet you I can get on 60 Days In.
He says Fate and PJ rolls her eyes so funny. Yeah. I can't control my face. I'm sorry.
I bet you I can get on that show pretty easy. 60 Days In. All you gotta do is get locked up.
Don't say stuff like that. I swear, you're not getting it. You say shit out loud, you make it real. Stop saying stuff like that.
Judge Judy. Katrina June got the 60 Days In.
You're not going.
That'd be an easy
On Judge
one.
Judy either.
That'd be an easy one to get on
Does
right
Judge
there.
Judy even still have court? No.
You got to look up the Amazing Race show. Travel all around the country in one big
Yeah,
scavenger
but that's
hunt.
one where you gotta run, and you said no. I just said
Oh, I
that.
don't run looking for stuff. I thought run like a race. Like
It is a race. You gotta run to the freaking spot of the first.
What is it? A brain game where you got to figure out what
Yes.
you're looking for? Oh yeah, I
Yes.
got that. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll do it. Let's do it.
Okay. I'll be right
Where
on
I
that.
try all that.
Probably on the same site you try out for the other stuff. I think that's on CBS too.
Is it? Are they all
Is CBS the only channel that does game show, reality TV show type stuff?
She got all the shows. CBS.
That sounds like it.
Well, they're nice people if they do all the shows. So I guess that helps. If you're dealing with a network, at least the people at the network were really nice.
Reggie's saying something about emailing me and sending something to your thing. It sounds like maybe an egg was missed or something. I'm still working on those.
Did the lab ever take a picture with his belt? I
He
haven't seen
didn't.
it.
No, he didn't. And I'm kind of disappointed. I like the lab. And he said he was going to have a photo shoot. And then he said he was going to do an opening. And then he said he was going to post the pictures. And he never did.
He might have on After Dark. Remember
No, he
said was
didn't.
gonna
I follow both his channels.
Oh, all right. Okay. Maybe he did. We'll get him. All right.
I'ma get
It's his
him.
belt. He can do whatever the hell he wants to with it.
Oh, the
He
email.
won.
Tell him the email address for me.
The email address for PJ is bestsoapinthegame@gmail.com. Okay.
Thank you.
Anything else?
I'm still looking for that one comment. We should
Get
try
that
for the
pic done.
race.
Yeah, I do. Whatever. I'd rather, my pick would be
You
Survivor.
would be good in the circle.
But I'll do any of them. I don't care.
Dolly,
you know?
you would do great on the circle. We have to look that up. Now we're gonna binge watch that all day.
What,
And I
the
do have
circle?
stuff to shift. And you have sweatshirts to make. There's Miss Sassy's right there on the aliens holding up her sweatshirt. She just has that Dolly Llama on
And
the
I
back.
need to do the FU very much ones too.
Right, and you need to do the victim one. There's that one's still outstanding. That was the size large. That was for Miss Sassy, and then the 3 for FU very much.
I'm eating lunch or something first before I do anything.
I have to start that.
I refuse to work without being fed.
No, we have dinner at least. I'm gonna cut up the stuff to go in that roast.
That's what Mark does.
Tonight, if it's freaking 12 right now, it'll take 6 hours, 7 hours just to sit in the crock pot. I mean, it ain't gonna be your lunch.
Okay. All right. Sounds good to me, I guess. All right, guys. So we covered stuff from the Delphi, Idaho 4, Turtle Boy. Now that PJ is
I
stopped
was
drinking
never
the
a fan
Kool-Aid.
of Turtle Boy. Stop it. Stop it.
I
I accidentally on purpose smack you. Stop. I was never a fan of Turtle Boy. I was just pointing out some parts of the prosecution side that were funky. That's it.
okay. Well, anyway, guys, don't forget to hit the like on the video.
Please.
Please. That is right. Tonight is fight night. Okay. We should go see the fights.
We should. We haven't gone out and done something fun.
That's right.
At the casino?
We go to the casino.
Yeah.
Want to gamble?
I'm in the mood. I'm feeling lucky.
You feeling lucky, punk? Miss Ann Horn, member for 2 months. I went on Turtle Island. What does that say?
You're slacking?
You're slacking.
Somebody's got to get an egg to add you.
You got to get to bring a player back or bring a player on egg, huh?
Yeah, there's an egg with that. Bring a player onto the island.
I know there's one that bring a kick player.
Yeah, there's one that's bring a kicked player and there's one that's bring a player. They're two separate ones. One is for an old player that's been kicked and one is for a brand new. You can bring any player onto the island. You can put yourself on the damn island. I'm telling all the secrets now.
That's what I was just thinking. You ain't supposed to tell people what's in that egg.
I mean, there's a lot more than just that. But still, I shouldn't have told all that.
All right. Anyway, guys, Turtle Island is tomorrow. I'll be back maybe late tonight for a little bit, not a long stream. I got to get some food, and we're going to do the fights tonight.
Yeah.
Fights tonight. Okay. Oh, and like I said, my daughter's friend won that big thing to UFC in Madison Square Garden. So hopefully she gives me some of the souvenirs from it because she ain't a big fight fan. So I'm hoping she does because she has this Hoist Gracie poster signed by Hoist Gracie that I want.
Tell them who that is. I don't know who that is.
If you don't know who Hoist Gracie is, he is the founder of the UFC, is the one that started the UFC. He is also the creator of what we see. Well, he ain't a creator. Hoist Gracie was the dude that won the first 3 UFCs, the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu guy. Okay, so that's who he is, and she has an autographed poster from him, and I want it.
Did you offer her money?
Huh?
Did you offer to give her money?
Not yet, but I will.
Think that'll work.
I will.
You got this.
I'm gonna get that poster. Okay, so that's one of the ones I got to get. That belongs.
We gotta frame that Survivor thing.
Picture.
Mm-hmm. We gotta get a frame. We gotta go to Michael's. We got a lot of stuff to do.
Okay. So anyway, guys, we'll see you later. All right, y'all be good. Till then. Oh, wait, we usually leave with a question.
Oh.
We want to ask the people. What do we want to ask the people?
Yeah, I'm not good at that. It's too funny.
What I want to ask you guys today. Let's see. I ain't got nothing.
How are we gonna give away stuff if they can't answer a question?
Okay, here's the question. What should we give away next?
Or what's your favorite item from the store?
Favorite item from the store? They ain't bought nothing from the store.
What's your favorite set from the store? Then they can't answer the question. That's not my problem.
We need a question everybody can answer.
I thought that was a good question.
Everybody ain't used Dolly soap.
Well, they need to.
Okay.
Well, if they hadn't used it, say what you would want to use, like what would be an item that you'd want from the store.
Okay. Sounds good to me. Dolly's working on a new game. Did I tell you that?
Mm-hmm. I just find everything out last online when you tell everybody else.
So this game is going to be played between Turtle Island seasons. Okay. So you know how we do Turtle Islands on Sunday nights. There's going to be a night. There's going to be another game, and it's a little bit different. It's a little bit different than Turtle Island. So, but creative from the mind of Dolly. All right.
Oh Lord.
Think it'll be fun?
Oh yeah.
Think it'll be fun?
I'm sure
It's
would.
really interactive. I think it's just as
Lola's just slid me out my
I think it may be a little more just as interactive as not so much for as promoting other channels, but as far as interactive, you as the person out here takes part. You know, I think it's more interactive like that.
Oh, I think we should do before we go to the casino. I think that we should do that stream where you do the ability for people to come up on panel and leave their little messages for you to be on Survivor.
We'll do that. I might do that tomorrow.
Oh.
Okay, because I want to put out something to let explain what I want people to do as far as the clip.
Okay.
You know, we'll give them a few different things to say, and then we'll.
So it could be different from everybody.
Yeah, so everybody ain't saying the same thing.
Yeah.
You know, like.
But then you should let them say what they want to, though, because a lot of people
We'll do that too.
can say like really
Travis
why
knows
they
Pick
like
Dolly,
you, or
but they ain't gonna have time. It needs to be just something really fast, 3 seconds to type.
you can add it all together. That makes
Yeah,
sense.
yeah. This is be like Pick Dolly, right? It needs to be stuff like that. So it's gonna be real quick, all spliced together, and because that's gonna be one of my reasons that I believe my support system, you know, is you guys. So I want you guys to be a part of it.
Right, because they would be the audience. So like if they can see how big of an audience you could bring to the table, I think that would be a selling point.
Yeah, I don't need their eyes. I already got eyes. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I already got my own eyes.
There's going to be good fights tonight, James said.
I hope so. So we're gonna go watch the fights, chill, have dinner. Last time we went there, the food sucked.
Yeah, because we had pizza. There was like
Everything
a restaurant.
was closed. Remember, it was closed.
Mm-mm.
It was either that or that.
You must have gone without me because I know for a fact because I was looking at them
Asian
people.
bowl place.
They were open.
But the place next to that wasn't.
Well, they looked like they were having good food, and we were eating pizza.
It was pizza or an Asian bowl.
And it was like pizza from like when you went to like elementary school.
I know that pizza.
It was rubbery. I swear I was having a hard time chewing it, and you wouldn't give me your drink. I about died.
And the refill drink was like 7 miles away. Okay, guys, we love you. We'll see you later. Peace.